In this pod, we'll focus on management and the different types of leadership used in business organizations.
Business managers must assist the owners in the day-to-day running of the business. Henri Fayol, who was born in 1841, developed an influential theory of management. He argued that management has 5 main functions. These are planning, organizing, coordinating, commanding, and controlling.
Planning involves working towards future success, setting aims and objectives, and also establishing how to achieve them. Managers must also organize staff and resources, ensuring the right people are working on the right tasks, and making sure they have everything they need to complete them well. Coordinating means making sure that everyone is communicating effectively and working together towards the aims and objectives of the organization. Commanding and controlling are about giving clear instructions and keeping everyone on the right track. It also includes making sure that targets are being met and finding solutions to any problems that arise.
Part of being a good leader is knowing how to encourage and motivate employees to work towards the success of the business. It's important to note that there isn't just one way to lead. You can probably think of many people who inspire you, and while there may be some qualities they all share, it's likely that they're different in many ways too. In business, there are 3 main leadership styles: democratic, autocratic, and laissez-faire. We'll look at each one in closer detail now.
A democratic leadership style means that power is dispersed throughout the organization and decisions are made by consultation. All staff members are involved in making decisions and are encouraged to contribute ideas and suggestions. It doesn't mean that everyone has equal authority. The manager or owner is still ultimately responsible for making the final decision, but employees are very much involved.
This is very beneficial for employee motivation and morale. Diverse input can also lead to more creative decisions and solutions, and ones that employees are more likely to be happy with. This leadership style emphasizes engagement and cooperation between colleagues, but requires skilled staff to share the burden of decision-making. One downside is that the required consultation and debate slows down the process of making decisions.
Delegation is important in this setup, with power being given to people down the chain of command. Remember, delegation means entrusting lower-level employees with the authority to complete tasks themselves. Democratic leadership is great for motivation and empowerment, but making decisions takes time, so this leadership style wouldn't be appropriate in a crisis situation, where action needs to be taken quickly, or in larger organizations with hundreds or thousands of employees.
An autocratic leader holds all of the power and communicates their message from the top down. Decision-making is centralized, and employees aren't consulted or involved, they're simply given instructions. This method of leadership can be effective in times of crisis, when decisions need to be made quickly and decisively, but it can lead to very low morale among employees. Workers may not feel trusted, valued, or involved, and therefore have little motivation to see the business succeed. This, in turn, can impact productivity.
Laissez-faire is a French term which can be roughly translated as leave alone, and this is exactly what this type of leader does. Power is delegated downwards through the chain of command, allowing employees to make the major decisions while the leader takes a more relaxed, trusting role at the helm.
This leadership style can cause confusion if communication is poor, but if it's done well, it's very beneficial for engagement and motivation. However, the employees must be highly skilled and capable in order to take on the power and responsibility delegated to them. For delegation to be effective, the leader must trust the workers to carry out their duties well. If a leader doesn't trust their employees, they will likely retain all of the control and delegation will be minimal.
When a business is a startup and dependent on the vision of the entrepreneur, the leader will be required to take a high level of control and drive the business forward. However, as time passes and skilled managers are hired, the leadership can change and become more democratic. New ideas can then emerge, which can lead to the creation of new products and diversify the business's interests. However, if a recession or crisis occurs, the business might need to speed up decision-making to ensure survival. This lends itself to a more autocratic style of leadership.
So, the best leadership style for an organisation depends on a variety of factors. These include the marketplace, the level of competition, and the business's employees. Are the employees skilled enough to thrive with greater delegation? Is there increasing competition which calls for swifter decision-making? Leaders must be able to take risks and create new visions if necessary. And managers must be able to follow this vision and work towards shared goals.